Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. This is The Busy Bump. My name is Jeff. Today it's just gonna be me. Last week it was my son Michael and I, and this week it's just gonna be me. So, sorry guys. Hang in with me. So today what we're gonna do is we're going to give you a personal update on some big changes that just happened in our family. No, we're not pregnant, spoiler alert. But we are going to be doing some things differently in the coming weeks. We're also going to talk about a business update today. We have a lot of things going on and we're really excited to share them with you today. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so if you remember last week, Thomas and I talked about a business update, a lot of things going on, which is pretty exciting. But today we're going to start this video with some personal updates. So recently I had the privilege of going to church camp with our eldest daughters, Emma and Ava. They are in the middle school age. And so they're going to youth group on Wednesdays at our church, which is a church called Kesed. And I had the privilege of being a cabin leader. So I wanted to get a video out in time, but you know, my goal is to get videos out every Friday. So we're still so new that we're still trying to figure out how to find the balance of when to shoot videos, when to edit, and get those things out. And it's hard to do that when you're gone for 5 days. So, but summer camp was incredible. I have to tell you, 19 kids dedicated their lives to God and they got baptized. 19. I thought that was incredible. Even my nephew wants to get baptized. Now, granted, my sister and brother-in-law weren't at camp, so he wanted to wait, which completely makes sense. And also yesterday we went to our local fair, which is in town. It's the Clark County Fair in Clark County, Washington, right? So we're just on the other side of the river from Portland, Oregon. If you're not sure where we're at on a map, it's not Vancouver, BC. We're not Canadian, as you can tell with my accent. Definitely not Canadian. Nothing against Canada. Love Canada. Anyways, but yesterday we went to the fair, we rode some rides, but we're also realizing that there's certain challenges of having a 4-month-old baby going to the fair. It's late. It's now past bedtime. There's problems, right? So we're learning how to find a happy middle ground between having borderline teenagers and a baby. And Thomas, who's in the middle at 6 years old. So anyways, that's a new challenge. Speaking of Michael, our 4-month-old, yeah, he cut 2 new teeth, the bottom middle ones, within 2 days of each other. I have never heard of a baby cutting teeth at 4 months old. So I don't know what that's about. Pray for Missy. She's breastfeeding, so think about that. And so that's another update there, personal update. But here's 2 really big personal updates. We have decided over this last weekend, we prayed about it, we slept on it, we thought about it, we gave this a lot of thought. And the crazy thing is that, well, there's no other way to say it. We're gonna homeschool our kids. So not only are we starting a brand new brand, starting a new brand, we're gonna be homeschooling our 7th grader, 6th grader, and a 1st grader, while also having a baby. It's going to be a great challenge. It's going to be fun. We're going to probably document some of the journey here with you guys, and maybe it will uncover some new things that we discover about ourselves, maybe some new things to discover about our kids. We'll see. But it was interesting because Missy's always been on board for homeschooling the kids. Always. She's done it before. The kids are the ones that actually said, I want to be homeschooled. What? Okay. So if the kids want to be homeschooled, Missy's already on board with it. I'm okay with it. I just need to make sure that I manage my time blocking and I can stay focused when I need to be focused on them and stay focused when I need to be working on the business. So with that though, this is the crazy thing, the second other big personal update that goes along with that is to make it official. Missy submitted her letter of resignation with her employer, which is the school that the kids went to for the last 3 years. So that is new news. Yeah, that's a lot. So be praying for us. And now for a quick update on business. We have, it looks like 7, maybe 8 items to go over. So hang tight, we're gonna talk about it. Okay guys, here we go. Let's do a business update. I have eight things to update you on. At least 8 things that I can think of. I took notes, but let's see if anything comes up that it's not on my list. So 8 items. The first item, I had 2 coaching calls this week, and they were very insightful. I'm just gonna mention that I'm doing coaching, but I'm not gonna talk about what we're discussing in the coaching calls, because that would detract from the experience of, if you want coaching, that sort of an idea. You can get your own coaching for whatever you're trying to do in life. If you need a life coach, if you need a relationship coach, if you need a therapist, maybe you need a therapist. I don't know. Mental health is really important. And being an entrepreneur, trying to balance work life, sometimes it's vital to have a coaching program that you're involved with. And this one that I'm involved with is just incredible. I wouldn't be making this business if it wasn't for most of the guidance that's provided in the coaching program. So more to come on that. But that's the first item. Second item, we were invited by a close friend of ours, Savannah Anderson, to participate in a BNI meeting. Now, if you don't know what BNI is, BNI stands for Business Network International. So what that is an awesome opportunity for referral networking with other business owners and industries. And it's usually you have a chapter set up with specific locations. So we attended that, but when I say attended that, we had a Zoom meeting. So there's one meeting per month in person, and then the other ones, it's a weekly meeting via Zoom. So Missy and I got to participate in that, and it was very fun. They were very welcoming, and we are seriously thinking about joining the chapter. So more to come on that, which is really exciting. So that's number 2. Number 3, we have officially established our bank accounts for the business. That is important because as we have bills to pay, they need to be documented properly, right? So we've officially formed the business. It is the Busy Bump LLC. It's a business, right? You could look us up if you want. We have a business license. And so as we move towards establishing other expenses, we need to make sure that we have a credible bank account that is not ours. It is the business's, right? Because technically when you establish an LLC, limited liability company is what LLC stands for, that is now an entity. So it's not Jeff and Missy Crumbaker. It is the Busy Bump. Yeah. So now we officially have a bank account, right? So with that, we also, number 4, we established a credit card. And I think that we're doing that through Chase. And with that, we'll be able to utilize the card when it comes to expanding and scaling the business. When it comes time to be making bigger purchases, it will assist in the initial fees or costs that are associated, such as when we do our first order. So, and actually we didn't use the credit card for our first order. We used a different technique, but that's number 4. So number 5, this one is really big. We ordered our first round of inventory. Crazy. Okay, so we haven't even talked a whole lot about our first product, which I think I'll do it at the end of this video. Let's talk about the first product at the end of this video, okay? So we've been spending months spinning our wheels, talking with manufacturers. We figured out the exact manufacturer we wanted to work with on our first product, which is going to be a supplement. It is an energy and focus boosting supplement. We can talk about it later. But essentially, we paid for the first half of our invoice. So we were able to basically move towards designing the label. So designing the label, what does that look like? I'm so glad you asked. Designing a label is more than just putting your, here's a jar. This is not a jar that I'm selling, but it's a glass jar. When you have pasta, and you save the jars, it's the perfect amount of fluid for when you just need like a cup of ice water, right? So we keep these around. So to design a label, you can't just put your logo on it and just slap it on there, right? There's a lot more that goes into it. You need to make sure that you have the supplement facts on it. You need to make sure that you have any liability disclaimers on it. You need to make sure that you have your business information on it. You need to make sure that you have a product name on it, color scheme, everything. So we're now in this stage of designing our label for our first product. Now our first product is a gummy. So with that, it comes in a bottle. This is not what it looks like. This is a different one that we're thinking about for later use. But essentially it comes in a bottle like this with a white label, and we have to design the label to go around it. So we're starting that process. With that, the designer has responded to us as we have posted our first payment, which is 50% of the initial cost. He needs the following information. He needs a product name, the claims or benefits that we want to have on the label. We need to have a color scheme. We need to have graphics, images, or a concept to follow on the label. Company information for the label, including company name, address, phone number, email, etc. Any additional info to be applied to the label. So basically, we've paid for the first half of the invoice, which is awesome. That feels good. That means that we've decided our product. It is good. It tastes good. It produces great results. Talk about that later. But essentially now we just got to answer these questions, step through a couple hoops, and then we're mere weeks away from getting this product launched. Weeks. Could be 2 weeks, could be 4 weeks. I don't want to catch myself with my shoe in my mouth, but foot in my mouth, whatever the term is. But essentially, we're going to be a few weeks away from getting this product on the market officially, but we're really excited about that. So that's business update number 5. Business update number 6. I read 2 books this week. 2 books. I read 2 books in 1 week. I am a very slow reader. If you know me, I don't exactly go around broadcasting that I'm just a fast reader. I'm not a fast reader. But these 2 books in particular are kind of business focused, on the affiliate marketing and YouTubing space. So I read them, and they're fairly easy reads, but I read them in the last week. So the first one is YouTube Secrets by Sean Cannell, and Benji Travis. So these guys are YouTubers that have established great businesses focused on YouTube. I'm trying to take notes so that I can produce better quality videos. Like I've mentioned in some of my other videos, I need to work on my techniques from a marketing standpoint so that I can sound more confident. I'm able to connect better. But yeah, so that's the first book. I don't know if it's coming up in the camera, but these are what the guys look like. They have their own YouTube channels. They have their own business established for helping those that are trying to get their YouTube channels up and running. So you could search for Think Media Team. Oh darn, I should have looked this up beforehand. And what is their other business? Well, you get the idea. So they're on YouTube. They're giving some really good pointers in this book. You can get it on Amazon. I think I bought that on Amazon. Anyways, the second book is a book called The Iceberg Effect. This is more focused towards someone that's trying to do affiliate marketing. It's an interesting one. It's fascinating. It talks about, well, for starters here, I'll show you. The Iceberg Effect by Dean Holland, The Untold Secret of Affiliate Marketing Success. So, forward by Russell Brunson. So if you know Russell Brunson, he's all about internet marketing for other people's products. So in this book, it talks about Dean's experience and how he got involved with affiliate marketing and that sort of thing. Really, really good read. Essentially, the tip of the iceberg is like your initial sale. But the bulk of your business is the hidden iceberg. So that's where you provide true value. Okay? So those are the 2 books that I read this week. Next week, I haven't figured out what book or books I'm going to read, but I'll start giving you guys updates on the books that I'm reading because it's kind of fun. So that's item number 6. Number 7. 5, 6, 7. Yes. Item number 7 is we're still working on figuring out the bio for our social media accounts. All right, guys, so we don't have our website established yet. We don't have an email list established yet. We will. Essentially the way we're gonna do this is when we go to launch our first product, we need to make sure that if we don't have a website established, we need to at least have some kind of a landing page so that we can provide some information on our first product. That's basically what we need to do. So this coming week, I'm going to be working on that. I want to get something. I want to get something established so that when I talk on YouTube or you see us anywhere else, there can be a link so that if you're wanting to be first in line to get our first product, you can make that known to us by providing your email opt-in, right? So then that will tell us that you're wanting to support our business through the purchase of our first product, whether it's you or someone you know. So I mean, with that, we haven't fully disclosed our first product. The name of it, we're still working on it. We have 1, 2, 3. Looks like we narrowed down the potential name of the product to about 15 names, and we're going to be figuring that out over the next couple of days. Once we figure that out, I will announce it and let you guys know. But essentially, the first product is going to be a product that is a gummy. It's a supplement that provides an opportunity to counterbalance the issues that we discover during pregnancy called the baby brain. Or there's other terms for it. What's some other terms here? Baby brain. No, baby brain is a good option. Okay, so let's go through that. So as we establish and analyze problems that are established during pregnancy, we've had a lot of conversations. We as in Missy and I. We've talked not only between us, but between others that have been pregnant before, right? We and those that are currently pregnant. Yeah. So with that, we've talked in depth about the problems that are found during pregnancy, and one of the biggest ones is not only found during pregnancy, but also postpartum after giving birth, right? It's a thing called baby brain. If you've been pregnant before, you know exactly what this is. And you're probably sitting there watching this video going, ugh, I hated baby brain. Okay, so just to give you a description of it, I went on the internet and I just typed in baby brain. And it says it's a noun. A state of impaired memory, concentration, or mental agility supposedly experienced by women during pregnancy or after giving birth. So it's a real thing. So with that, I mean, I've experienced it by watching Missy go through it. I mean, we have 4 kids, but even more so recently, she was pregnant and gave birth to Michael, and he is now 4 months old. So pregnancy brain or baby brain is a thing. It happens during pregnancy and postpartum. So let's read some other interesting things. If you go to medicalnewstoday.com, there is a article called "Is the Baby Brain Phenomenon Real? Study Investigates." It is written by Anna Sandawu on January 15th, 2018. Fact checked by Jasmine Collier. Okay, so essentially this goes into detail on the topic of baby brain, but here's the big takeaway that I got out of it, and I'm going to read this verbatim, so this isn't my own words. Davies and team found that general cognitive functioning, memory, and executive functioning were executive functioning. Yeah, well, that's the right word. I'm going to try that again. Davies and team found that general cognitive functioning, memory, and executive functioning were significantly poorer in pregnant than in control women, particularly during the 3rd trimester. So what that means is that there was 709 pregnant women in the study. There was also 521 non-pregnant women that they used as a control. They're not controlling them, right? But you get it. So basically, there's a big difference between when you're pregnant and when you're not pregnant. The cognitive, I'm going to read another statement here. The cognitive declines were found between the 1st and 2nd trimesters in general cognitive functioning and memory, but not between the 2nd and 3rd trimesters. Interesting, okay? So it's another definition. Baby brain is a term used to define conditions like absent-mindedness, memory problems, and poor concentration reported by several women during pregnancy and early motherhood. Let's see, I got one more article here. There's actually books on this. If you want to go onto Amazon, you can type in baby brain, pregnancy brain, all of those types of things. But yeah, there's a lot of fascinating information online. So essentially, our first product is going to be focused on assisting with that pain point. It is uncomfortable. Look, okay. Pregnancy is the most uncomfortable thing I've ever heard of that women have to go through on a regular basis, other than their monthly menstruation. So with that, there's a lot of things that women are just, it's almost like we're telling them, just deal with it. You're uncomfortable, boo-hoo, deal with it. Well, we don't like that. We don't like that. I don't support that as a husband. And so what I want to do is I want to provide a product that assists with energy, focus, and it contributes to the baby's development and the changes that the mom is going under. So how can we do that is we need to start figuring out what are the ways that we can improve positive brain function. What are the ways that we can provide energy to the body? And what are the ways that we can contribute to the baby's health in development? And most importantly, how can we do it by avoiding stimulants like caffeine? Okay, now we're on a different topic, and I just probably hit a pain point for a lot of you because let's face it, I mean, everyone drinks coffee or some form of caffeinated beverage, whether it's a soda or tea. Tea is a good compromise to decrease your caffeine. There's a lot of studies that have been made that actually disprove that caffeine is bad during pregnancy. They disprove it, meaning that it's okay. But I would argue that the opposite direction, because think of it this way. When you're pregnant and you're working your full day still at, just because you're pregnant doesn't mean you're not working, right? So you're working your job, you're pregnant, you now have low energy, and because you're pregnant, you're trying to not drink caffeine. Well, let's go a different direction with this picture. Let's paint the picture. You're pregnant. When does the baby sleep while pregnant? Well, the baby is sleeping in your stomach. Yes, they do sleep when they're still in there. They sleep when the mom or expectant mother is moving around. So if you're moving around all day because you're working, and then you finish working, you go home, and you're now not working, and you're trying to relax, that's when the baby wakes up, starts kicking, moving around, maybe decides to punch on your bladder. I wouldn't know. I can't get pregnant. I'm a man, right? But that's besides the point. Baby waking up when mom is trying to get rest. So if you have caffeine and the baby is asleep while you're active, and then you're trying to get rest or you're trying to go to sleep and baby wakes up, that equates to you not getting sleep. Interesting. So whether or not caffeine is good or bad for you is irrelevant in my mind. You should be decreasing caffeine overall because of how it will affect your baby when your baby is at a point where you feel him or her in there, right? Now, during first trimester, of course, you don't have a baby in there that is kicking you. You don't, you're pregnant, right? But you don't feel like a human being punching yourself because it's not very big. So during that time period, you have an interesting situation around your energy and focus and dealing with baby brain. So our solution is going to be our first product, which is primarily a healthy product in comparison to acidic caffeinated beverages, right? And it's good for mom and baby. All right, guys, so that is our update. We had a personal update as well as a business update for you today. If you like what we're doing, please like and subscribe to our channel. It would really mean a lot. And as we get closer to getting our first product up and running and launched on the market, we will let you know, and there will be an opportunity for you to be first in line. But for right now, if you want to support us, please like and subscribe the channel and stay tuned for our next videos. Talk to you soon.